next ones, like Tyrone's talked about, just feeding through the actions we've put in place to mitigate that stuff. But I know you will, so that's great. Okay, that's been moved in second. Oh, and the only other thing is, I get where Yanni's coming from, but the last thing we want to do at this, not only at this time of year, but with the pressure across the whole organisation, is to have people literally going back through file after file after file when we've heard from a range of councillors about the significant environmental benefit that this scheme has put in place. So I'm sure there are questions that Yanni will send through, but I just caution, I guess, the responses in terms of, don't, for God's sake, go and spend days digging through files for something when this has had a significant environmental impact. That wouldn't be fair or useful to put on pressure on staff. Yeah, so let's put that to the vote. All in favour? Against? That's carried. Thank you very much.
Thanks.
Linda, do you want to... So we've pulled item 8. We're going to bring that back in the new year, so I've withdrawn that from the agenda. So we'll bring item 9, the enduring statement of expectations, the drafts. Does anyone have any questions on these? Yanni?
Have we workshopped these?
I'll just turn your mic on there, Linda, if you can. Yep.
We had a drop-in session arranged for last week, Thursday,
Right.
for half an hour, and there were no attendees.
Yeah, I think we missed that in our diaries.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, I guess I'm just a little bit concerned. I just thought it would have been good to have a briefing. I appreciate there's a drop-in session, but anyway, I just wonder whether we also,
it was communicated
given what
well.
we've decided today, whether we need to have a bit of a pause to reflect on what we want to do.
Would it be worth me noting that the enduring statement of expectations goes to all CCOs, and it is a general expression of the council's governance expectations, across the board. So there's nothing that is entity specific in this. It is very similar to the one issued in 2021, updated to provide the council's latest strategic directions, and to also ask CCOs to refer to the new Christchurch economic ambition and destination management plans when they are doing their own planning for their SOIs.
Okay, Celeste.
Hi there. Thank you. I also feel like it would be actually probably quite sensible to lay this on the table for now. I actually don't think we've had enough time to go through it, given how many other things we've had on the cards. There is one area here that had changed, and I just had a question. Mm-hmm. So it was page 35, and it talks about the council was most interested in how progressing or achieve or contribute to economic benefits for the city. So it talks about perhaps that being the primary objective. Is that?
Well, it's not intended to be the primary objective. I'm just struggling to see where
Sorry,
exactly
it's the
that
highlighted
is.
section on page 35.
Underneath the council's strategic framework.
Yeah. Yes, that's it. Yep.
So that section there refers to the 4 LGA well-beings. In paragraph 2 under that section, it refers to the council's commitment to delivering outcomes that are aligned to the LGA's 4 well-beings.
So what's your specific
I guess my question is, the way I read that is that it's looking at reporting on less of the other objectives, and it's the primary focus. Council is most interested in hearing reporting on that. So maybe I misread that, but it's just how I read it. So I just wanted to get a bit of clarification on that, because I wouldn't want that to be prioritised over the other elements.
Okay, I'll have a look at that, but it's certainly not intended to be the case. And in fact, they have to report against
Celeste,
the
are you in
well-beings.
item 8 or item 9? Are you in item 8? Or? Yeah, so that we're not on that paper. Yeah. Okay,
That's
so for the paper we're on, Phil's happy to move it, and Celeste is happy to second it. Yanni, do you have questions on item 8 or item 9?
Yeah, it's on item.
Did I say Jamie.
So just the living wage, can I just be clear? Are we expecting the companies to apply the living wage to their contracted services as well? Because it's quite ambiguous. It just says for all staff employed within the council group.
So that is where the council got to, and with its decision making. But the reference to the council would like CCOs to consider becoming accredited also. To become accredited, you need to be having a plan to extend it to your suppliers.
So could we be more firm, so that like the cleaners at the airport, for example, would I mean those are the sort of the examples. I think they're already on the living wage, which is great, but could we firm that living wage stuff up to say that we expect them to comply for the contracted staff as well?
So I think the way to deal with this is, firstly we'll get advice, Mary or Linda, in terms of how you want to do it. But if you've got amendments to it, I mean, these are drafts that will then come back to us for final sign-off. So if you've got an amendment, you could put the amendment if it's within order, but I'll need to get advice on whether it's within order. So have you got something you want to amend, noting there was chance before the meeting for input from councillors?
Yeah, I mean, again, like I think one of my colleagues has asked if it could be laid on the table.
No, Yanni, it's been moved and
Okay.
seconded. So if you've got an amendment, put the amendment. If not, we're moving on.
So
Have you got an amendment?
just the only other question I had.
Have you got an amendment?
Yeah, that we expect that the CCHL companies will comply with the living wage.
CCOs or CCHL?
The CCOs. Sorry.
So you're going to put the Rod. You're going to put the Rickett and Bush
Council,
Trust in the. Right, okay, I won't get into it. If you just get the wording for your amendment, and then I will get advice on whether it's within order or not. So can you give that? Then ask your second question, and we will take a break if needed. Again, noting there was a workshop you could have attended last week.
It wasn't a
for
workshop.
this.
It was just a drop-in session.
Yep,
for half
that
an
was
hour.
in everyone's calendars,
Quite
and there was an
different
email
than a
about it.
workshop.
So what's the wording for your amendment?
Yep. So, sorry, I was just trying to find the page. So it's
Actually,
basically.
Sorry, I could address that issue now. I've just realised that we did in our last statement of enduring expectations we had required all regular and ongoing suppliers to be living wage employers. So that I've pulled that
great.
out. I don't know why I pulled that out, but I can put that back in.
Yeah, I think that would be good, right?
Okay.
And the only other question I had was around the reporting around the lowest paid to the highest paid. We seem to have real problems with getting CCHL to report on that. And do we need to be more specific, or is that already happening? And can we, take it from this that they will be doing that?
This isn't directed specifically at CCHL.
Or our companies as well.
So the CCHL has progressed to them reporting on that. They reported on that just at the end of the financial year.
And you'll note, Yanni, Melanie asked that question yesterday of Abby, and she gave the same response.
What, that they're already doing it?
Yep.
So the previous response we've had from CCHL
Well, I'm not.
is that they didn't have
no, Yanni,
information.
I'm sorry, we moved on now. So it's been moved and seconded. Is there any debate? Oh, Mark's got one question.
I'm just a little, I guess, confused here and wondering whether those of us that are on the CCOs need to just declare.
Yeah, it's noted already.
Noted?
So, yep.
Thank you.
Yep. Okay, so does anyone want to debate it? No? We're happy for the drafts? Okay, let's put that to the vote. All in favour? Against? That's carried. Thank you.